Hi everyone, David here. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming back for another video, or welcome if it's your first one. Thanks for joining us. Are you doing okay? Happy New Year as well. This is the official Happy New Year. Last week I did the Team Labs video, but I think I recorded that in mid-December, so I wasn't sure when I was going to post that. This is the official Happy New Year. I hope everyone had a nice time over the end of the year. I took a very short trip for 2 nights, 3 days to the Kii Peninsula, which is the southern part of Wakayama Prefecture. Wakayama Prefecture is Osaka's southern neighbour. Sometimes feels like it's a million miles away because it's not super accessible by public transport, or so I felt. Trains only go around the outside, around the coast. So if you want to get anywhere, you need to use buses or cars or whatever. There are a couple of trains as well. You can get a train to Koyasan, which is the kind of northern part of Wakayama. But today I was going all the way down to the south. I wanted to go to Shirahama and also Shingu, and with a big shrine in the middle of it too. I'm going to show you all this in a moment. I've got a little montage coming up, so I won't talk too much now. That's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you beaches, I'm going to show you hot springs, what else? Pandas, crazy Christmas lights, all that and more. So please enjoy that video. If you like this kind of thing, please like this video. Please like it anyway because I'm a nice person. Subscribe to the channel. Comment, is there any place you want me to go next time, or do you have any questions about this trip? And also share this channel to people, all jaded Japan travelers who are looking for somewhere new to go. Let them know, and they'll enjoy this one, I'm sure. I'm really trying to get monetized this year if I can. I've kind of stopped now. I've got my subscribers, thank you very much, but I need to get my view time up as well. So the more videos you watch and the longer you watch them, the better. So please help me out. So I'm going to hand over to myself and I'm going to show you the Kii Peninsula little trip, and I'll see you on the other side. Okay, enjoy. Okay, welcome to Wakayama. Some rather creepy pandas welcoming us to Shirahama Station. Shirahama is famous for pandas because of the Adventure World Zoo kind of animal park, but it's also famous for its beautiful white sand beach. Nice blue sea today. The weather was really lovely. Obviously a bit more popular in the summer. This is Boxing Day. If you take a 10-minute bus ride from there, you can get to Sandanbeki, which is a series of high sea cliffs. I think they're about 50 meters high. They're being pushed up from the Philippine tectonic plates underneath. And if you want to get a bit more up close and personal, you can go to the Sandanbeki Museum, which cost about 1,500 yen. And you can go down the elevator down to sea level. So there's a bit of a museum about how this was all put together. You can have a bit of a wander around there. And also a nice view from the outside, outside of the sea cave. Lovely weather today. Sea was a bit choppy, which was good because we can see something a bit more interesting in a moment. But watch out for sudden rocks, they might fall down. There's also a shrine in here. You shouldn't take videos inside shrines, so I didn't. I'll just show you the map for now. But the god of water is enshrined there. And the sea cave itself, the tide goes through here and splashes around all the way down this tunnel, which is very nice and dramatic. But going back topside, there's this kind of interesting plateau area, sort of rocky outcrops. Don't look down though. Like I said, it's about 50 meters down there, although some people were fishing, so I don't know how you can climb down there. You can also go a bit further down the coast to Senjo-jiki, which is another kind of famous plateau area. Looks a bit like the moon, a bit more water than the moon though. So you can just kind of chill out there and enjoy the sea scenery. So that was very nice. After this, I thought I would walk back to Shirahama. It takes about 30 minutes on foot. You can see some interesting art on some of the buildings. It was a bit strange. And also Shirahama is an onsen town, so a hot spring naturally occurs here. So you can enjoy the sights and smells of the hot springs, including a very nice seaside one called Saki no Yu. I can't obviously take a video inside because it's a lot of nude people. You can just take your shoes and socks off though and enjoy the free foot spa on the way. So it's a nice little bay area. You see, so the sunset was coming, so I made my way back down to the main town. Actually, the sunset was a little bit rubbish today because it was a bit cloudy. but still nice and atmospheric. I can feel like a dusk feeling. As you can see, quite quiet here. Obviously in summer it gets very popular. This is one of the most famous beach resorts close to Osaka, even though it takes about 3 hours by train. It's a bit of a trek down here, but you can use the limited express train to get down there. But because this is winter, after sunset they started some illuminations. There's some kind of illumination event going on. I'm not sure how successful it was that early, just these kind of colourful spotlights. So I decided to go to my hotel that's in the back there and check in. It cost about 10,000 yen, which is kind of on the high end for these fairly sort of budget style hotels. Well, it wasn't really a budget hotel, it's quite fancy, had its nice hot spring inside, but the room itself was quite standard. Got a little TV there, kettle, fairly hard bed. The heating was kind of noisy as well, so I could either sleep or keep the heating on. Ended up sleeping and waking up because it was too cold. Fairly standard bathroom there. I think something fell in the sink. Super toilet. And I thought I'd have a bit of a walk around. This is the interesting car shrine, I think, something like that. See these strange models. I've never seen a shrine with a Batman model or a Darth Vader, but here we are. This is Japan. So I heard this is a car shrine with a motorbike on there. Apparently the southernmost car shrine in Japan, so presumably there are other ones there. This is quite a southern point. This is the Kii Peninsula, right on the south coast. And the illuminations looked a little bit better during the night time, lighting up the sea. Okay, so day 2, I just had one last look around. Still fairly nice weather, but I was going to catch a bus from here to another place, Kumano Hongu Taisha. So it's about 2 hour on bus trip from there, from Shirahama bus terminal. See some nice scenery on the way. You can see some nice little sea areas, mountains, forests. Even though you're travelling, it's a very beautiful journey. So here we are on the way to Kumano Hongu Taisha, which was named as one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Japan. There are quite a lot of these in Japan. I think Japan likes to register for the World Heritage Sites. But yeah, celebrating their 20th anniversary this year, or in 2024 anyway. There's a nice museum, fairly modern looking, and you can see some old pictures or paintings of the area. This place is popular for the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage routes, which is what is listed as the World Heritage Site, one of those cultural heritage things. So you can see all these different routes around Wakayama, including things like Koyasan and Kumano area. So you can see some nice pictures. Most of it is in Japanese. I think there were some English descriptions on some of these billboards, so that was nice. But I wasn't here to look in the museum, I was here to find the shrine. As you can see, a fairly quiet town to walk around in. But just across the road was the Kumano Hongu Shrine. It's a Taisha, which means a grand shrine. This is bigger or more important than the other shrines. So here we are at the entrance. This is famous as one of the 3 key shrines on the Kumano Kodo. Includes things like, I think there's one in Koyasan, one in... Oh, you're testing me now. There's this one, and also... Oh, where's the last one? Nachi, I think? No, it's in Yoshino, sorry, beg your pardon. That's in Nara. So here's the shrine itself. Not especially spectacular, but very nice and big and old. That's what we want from our shrines. There are a couple of shrines in here, but that one on the left is the main one. So yeah, this is one of the famous ones. It's very important to a particular sect of Shintoism. But from here I took another about 15-minute bus ride across this really interesting kind of river plain. I was on my way to an onsen, which is Yunomine Onsen, which is a famous, well, I don't know if it's that famous, but it was highly recommended to me, so I decided to go there. And you can see the hot spring water running right down the middle of this little stream. There's a little bathhouse in the back there, some various different baths you can take. I'll show you that in a moment. Or you can just enjoy the small kind of village onsen feeling. If you go down to the stream level, you can actually see the hot water running directly into the stream. It's full of minerals as well, which are kind of encrusting these weeds in the ponds, in the river. It's got this kind of milky, weird looking thing. One thing you can do in an onsen is make onsen tamago, which are these kind of boiled eggs that you make in onsen water. So you just leave them in that net bag for a while and then you just eat them. A bit like a poached egg almost, a bit soft boiled. Or you can dip your feet in for a foot spa if you want to. Now you can't usually take a picture inside the spa, but there was no one here, so I thought, yeah, let's go for it. So this is inside the main, I think this is the Kusuri medicine bath. And you wash yourself on that little tub, and then get in the bath yourself. So definitely check out Yunomine Onsen, very nice. There are a few other onsen cities around there, or onsen towns, so check those out if you're into that. Now I made my way back to Kumano Hongu Taisha, and there's a nice kind of naturey bit around behind the museum, including this very large torii gate, which apparently is the largest in Japan. And because this is the official kind of center of the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage, either the entrance or the exit, there's some information there about the pilgrimage routes, which kind of converge on this shrine. So beautiful scenery, you see the mountains in the background, and of course this torii gate. Now we're getting to sunset. Got a nice arty picture of that. So definitely check that out. But I was catching a bus from now. I was heading on to my final stop, which was Shingu City, which is on the southeast section of Wakayama, which have a very interesting approach to Christmas lights. Some more of those creepy pandas. And also I took a fairly long walk to my hotel, about 15 minutes, a nice sort of twilight walk. And here's my hotel. This has cost about 6,000 yen, not too bad. This bed was actually very comfortable and the heating was a lot nicer than the other place, so I had a nice sleep there. And the usual things, they've got a TV. Maybe this is more interesting if I go to fancy hotels, but this is what I've got to work with, so here we are. And another unit bathroom set, so there's a super toilet. You can try out the little bidet. Otherwise, fairly business as usual. And, oh, hello, there I am. And there weren't a lot of places open because this was getting close to New Year, so I went to, I think it's called Magic Piero, Magic Clown. I don't know why it was called that, because it was a 50s themed kind of diner restaurant, including this nice hamburger set I got, including Kumano beef, very tasty and juicy. And on the way back to the hotel again, some really interesting Christmas illuminations. The Christmas tree really was lit this year, having a rave. Even Santa was getting his life, flashing away. Well, not flashing, you know what I mean. So I don't know who's setting up the Christmas lights in Shingu. I had quite a nice view from my hotel room, actually, much nicer than the one in Shirahama, because I was not the seaside. But here we are, there's the mountain view. And I was heading back to Shirahama after this, so I thought I'd take a leisurely walk through the town. Fairly peaceful, kind of coastal town. It was very nice to walk around, nice weather. There's a shrine halfway up the mountain there. I was heading towards a shrine, but thankfully a lot more accessible than that one. So this is another famous one. This is what's it called? Kumano Hayatama Shrine. This is actually one of a set of three again, including Nachi, Katsura Shrine, and also Kumano Hongu Taisha, and this one. These make up the Kumano Sanzen, I think. This is three important shrines in the Kumano region. So you can go there. A lot of hikers were coming here because this is kind of like a start point for the Kumano Kodo. So people were starting off their hiking from here and going to the temple before that. There is a set of castle ruins here too. I didn't have enough time to actually go there, but that's available. I had to catch a train. So here I am at Shingu Station. You can actually catch the limited express back to Osaka from here, but I was taking the local Kinokuni line, which goes as far as Wakayama City. Although I was just going back to Shirahama. Nice and quiet inside. That wasn't to last. I think a lot of people got on in the end. But the Kinokuni line has some beautiful scenery from the south side. So we're going all along the Wakayama south coast. You can see all of the kind of volcanic mountains and rocks. And finally made it back to Shirahama Station, where I was being picked up to drive back to Osaka. So there we go. Pandas aplenty. Thanks for watching this far. Okay, thank you for sticking with us right to the end. I really appreciate that. So what did you think about the Kii Peninsula? We've got Shirahama, Kumano Hongu Taisha and Shingu Town. I had a really nice time. It went really smoothly. I was getting a bit stressed out because I hadn't really planned out too many things to do, but somehow it all kind of fell into place, and yeah, I guess it's well signposted. Travelling by bus was a lot easier than I expected to, so I guess people rely on that a bit in Wakayama because the trains are fairly limited where they go. Like I said, you can get to Shirahama a bit more easily by using I think it's called the Kuroshio Limited Express, which runs from Osaka. I think it goes even further than that. I think it starts in Kyoto, but that goes all the way to Shingu, all the way around if you want to. So that's why there's pandas everywhere. There is a special train with a panda on the front of it as well. I don't know if they all have that, but there's a panda train. That's because of Adventure World. There aren't pandas wandering around in the wild, but there are in Adventure World. It's kind of like a premium zoo, let's say. I mean, of course, it's more expensive. They've got a panda, but it's a bit more like an amusement park. So not just like Tennoji Zoo only costs about 500 yen to get into, but Adventure World is about 5,000 yen for a day pass, I think. So I didn't have the budget or the time to spend any time there. Maybe one day when I'm rich and famous, I'll go and see a panda. But that's another place you can go to in Shirahama. Otherwise, it was very nice. I like the beach was beautiful and the weather was lovely too, so that was nice. Even in the winter, I enjoyed it. There are hot springs everywhere too, so that's a nice attraction in the winter. Yeah, the cliffs were nice too. The shrine, Kumano Hongu Shrine, that was not especially impressive in itself, but it is important. It's like I said, it's kind of the convergence point of all the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage routes. So if you are feeling like you want to do a historical hike, you can take one of the routes from Shingu or from the east or west coast. I think you can get there too and visit some shrines along the way. I think there's it's a famous route. When I talked about the UNESCO World Heritage listing, it's not just the shrine, it's actually the Kumano Kodo pilgrimage routes and everything contained in it. So it contains the shrines I showed you, and contains even as far as Yoshino. There's some shrines up there too, Koya-san, and all the routes. So that's all included in one UNESCO World Heritage Site listing. So definitely research that. There's a lot of information in the museum, so I recommend if you're into that. Yeah, I guess that was kind of it really. Yeah, Shingu was... I originally had planned to go from Shirahama to Shingu to Ise, go completely around the coast. Ise is in Mie Prefecture to the north. But I had to kind of scale back my budget a little bit, so just ended up going back from there. So one day I will go to Ise, so I'm going to cough. Oh, excuse me. I will go to Ise soon, and I'll show you that one too. That will kind of round off the trip. Don't think I've shown you Mie before, so that'll be a new prefecture for the list. Maybe I can make videos of every prefecture one day. I wonder how many I've done so far actually. I'm not sure. I've done a fair few, I think. So that's for another day, but if you have any questions about this area, please let me know in the comments. Of course, please share this channel, share this video, that would help me so much. Of course, liking this video also helps me. Leaving comments, I said that already. Subscribe to the channel. I'd love for you to do that, so please help me out. I really want to get monetized this year. It's been a long road. I'm almost 4 years in now and I still haven't made it, so maybe this will be the year. But thanks for watching all the way to the end, and take care and see you again. Bye bye.